Dressing well is important. We all want to look our best and feel confident in our clothes. But how can you dress well when you're on a tight budget? Let me show you. So my number one tip is to buy secondhand. And I know what you're thinking, secondhand, isn't that dirty or out of style or old? Absolutely not. You can find a lot of beautiful classic pieces that are secondhand, so you can begin to get all of the staples for your wardrobe. So whether that's different types of sweaters, different types of trousers, sports jacket, dress shirts, different coats, you can get all of these beautiful pieces for very little money. And many times they're even in great conditions. And yes, you can buy secondhand shoes. I know it sounds a little bit disgusting, but all you need to do is to disinfect them before you use them. And of course, make sure that they are still in good condition. What brand and what style you can find depends a bit on the country and the city you live in, of course. But here in Germany, we get a lot of really beautiful clothes. And what's cool about secondhand is also that you are actually allowed to make mistakes. Because I think all of us, we made mistakes in the beginning, or at some point we bought something that we thought would look cool, but then later down the line we realized that it's actually not really our style or we don't like it at all.
What the hell is even that?
So at that point you start to get rid of it. And trust me, it's a lot less painful when you buy a coat for $40 instead of $400 and then you realize that it's actually not really for you. So that means that when you buy secondhand, you can find your style a lot faster because you can play around with different types of fabrics, different types of styles, all different brands, and you all do this for very little money. Good places to start are local thrift shops. You can check if there's any secondhand store that you can order from online. Ideally, they also have a return policy. We're very spoiled in this case here in Germany. You can return basically anything. And then other places where you can find stuff is also eBay or different types of platforms like Craigslist or of course the Facebook Marketplace. I would recommend you to find a couple of brands first that fit with your style and with your body type. So in that way, every time you order from this brand and you order something large, for example, or in your pant size, you know that it fits exactly perfect and you don't have to return it a lot. Tip number 2 is to shop anti-cyclical. Now what does it mean? So basically you want to buy summer clothes in the winter time and you want to buy winter clothes in summertime. And this applies to both secondhand and regular clothing stores as well, because secondhand clothes, they buy all of their clothes from people who sell them. So right now it's summertime here in Germany. It's very difficult online to find different types of sunglasses or to find linen pants or linen shorts. But if I look in winter in a couple of months, it will be very easy. There will be so many of those and they will be a lot cheaper. So it's classic supply and demand. It's not only more difficult to find clothes right now for summer, but it's also a lot more expensive. And then vice versa for winter time. Because right now there's hundreds of scarves that I can find. I bought a lot of really nice sweaters right now. And in a couple of months, I know that there's going to be 20 scarves, maybe 30 on this one website. And at the moment they have hundreds of them. And the same is true for all of the different types of designers and clothing stores. Because you will always see the end of the season sales where you can make some really good deals on, for example, summer clothes at the end of summer or winter clothes at the end of winter. So it pays to be patient. Just by having a little bit of patience, you can save hundreds of dollars and get some really good deals. The next tip is going to annoy the data privacy people out there, but it's actually to allow cookies and also to turn off your ad blocker. Because what happens when you allow tracking and you go, for example, on the Ralph Lauren website, then what might happen is that they have a sale in 3 weeks and you start to get an ad on Facebook, Instagram or Google or YouTube about the sale they have. So maybe you get an ad for 50% off all of the trousers. Or because you've been on their website, you might get recommended different types of designers. So you might get an ad from Massimo Dutti for their summer sale. And that's actually how I get a lot of really good deals. Because I remember last winter, for example, Massimo Dutti had a sale for their stock from the previous year, from the summer. So they had a lot of linen polo shirts, linen trousers and linen shorts. And I got, I think 60 or 70%. I bought a couple of shirts, I bought a couple of polo shirts and some pants. It was so cheap and I made a really good deal. And I would not have found out about it without having the tracking enabled when I go to different websites, because I only saw the ad on Facebook and then I clicked on it, I found some really good deals on the polo shirts and I bought it. And since then this has happened a couple of times. I found some really good shoe sales, sometimes 50-60% off, and only because I got the ad on a social media platform. So I personally actually prefer to get ads that are personalized to me and that I want, because you can still choose whether you buy it or not, of course. Nobody's pressuring you to buy it. But I prefer to get ads for brands or clothes that I like instead of something completely random. And then the last tip is, once you go on a website of a store, many times they want your email address, right? So once you sign up for the newsletter, you usually get either a cash reward or you get a percentage on your first purchase, but also of course you get reminded if they have any types of sales. And I know we all hate to get promotional emails, but what I found personally is that at least clothing stores, they usually don't send out that many emails. So only every couple of weeks or every couple of months to get an email once they have an end of season sale, for example. So you don't get bombarded with different types of promotional emails. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any other tips on how to dress well on a budget, please let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and see you next time.